The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the January 18th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. The easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I can make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. Now, if you have a question but you can't dial in or don't want to dial in, you can always send me an email. Send that to Steve at TFNN.com. Send that early. And if you'd be kind enough in that subject heading to put radio show question, of course, inside our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a bit of a mixed bag out there. That mix goes like this. The Dow's off 253, while the S&P's down 16, and the NASDAQ is off 40. The Russell is flat. The semis are up 7. The Trannies are up 168. Spot volatility index is trading up 22 pennies. It's still well below its 50-day exponential moving average. Gold's up $4. Silver's basically flat out here off 1 penny. Natural gas is down 12 cents, and the 30-year Treasury is up nearly 2 points, trading out at 131.20. So what does all that mean, Jelly Bean? Well, let's do this here. Let's go take a look at the NQ. Let's go take a look at the NQ. We're going to switch panels out here. We're going to take a look at the white background charts. These are my Ninja Trader charts. The upper left is going to be the daily time frame. Daily, so we can see the NQ right now is off about 40 points. It shows into the lower right out there. And we can also see that today is going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Now, it'll become bar number 8 so long as the NQ closes above 11,476.50. It closes below that, negates that signal, and then we wouldn't have any kind of a topping pattern. Now, the NQ bottomed on the bar on TD9 on bar number 9 actually on the trading day of December 28th out there. That set the bottom. That was tested back here on January 6th, and it was zoom to the upside. The price target is the 11,898 area. You still need bar number 9 to complete tomorrow in order for this pattern to take effect. And that means that tomorrow's close must be above 11,534.25. So there's 2 levels to be watching. Today's level, different level tomorrow out there. If that comes to fruition, then we will see a TD9 count top. What could go wrong? Well, the 5-hour time frame chart shows a Rhodes Momentum Indicator pattern that is forming right now. This pattern does not complete until 2 p.m. It's 11:10. I don't know whether we're going to have a bearish reversal candle or not. Price is pulling back, and it's below the center of its profile, so it may be targeting support, which is 11,546. If price closes below 11,546, well, that could spell trouble. What do I mean trouble? Well, that trouble would be a move back to 11,117. That's not the message right now, providing you step by step here what to take a look at. The 5-hour chart, again, that current candle, this session doesn't close till 2 p.m., so you can't get too excited about it. But we are trading with inside profile, and there is support at 11,546. That much I do know. The 4-hour time frame chart, same kind of situation right now, potentially generating a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. This candle also does not complete until 2 p.m., 4-hour chart. If you take a look at the 2-hour chart, well, same pattern, Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. This candle session at least closes at noon. Now, what price has done is pulled back to support. And support is the top. First level support be the top of its profile. And that's at 11,579. What happens if price moves below that? We'll see how this is a bearish structured profile. This is the 120-minute chart. I'll just simply expand it out. That way we're all looking at the exact same thing. Well, counter trend moves, and that's what this could be. Counter trend moves would find support at 11,539. So if you're trading the NQ, well, first you've got to be paying attention, certainly to the top of this profile, 11,579. So price has already hit that. If price gets below that, then we're looking to move to that 11,539 area. So 11,579, 11,539 are the areas to watch. Now, let's not stop here. But, well, the 30-minute chart's actually, it's got a nice TD9 count top, was the bar following bar number 9. Price is below its current breakout level. I don't know if I have multiple lines on here or not. No, I think I shut them down. So where's the next level? Price could be targeting this area right here, this low, which would be at 11,530.50. Typically, you close below one breakout level, you get down to the next area out there. So that's the 30-minute chart. But let's do this. Now, the 30-minute time frame does have some problems. When I say it does have some problems, what we have is negative market breadth. When we take a look at this, that's the S&P. Let's change this over to the NQ. Let's stay consistent here, Stevie. We take a look at the NQ. You currently have 85 of the NQ instruments trading below the 30-minute profile. That's pretty darn bearish out there. Only 3 above the top. Now, that's the 30-minute time frame. Again, on the 30-minute time frame that we just took a look at, we've got a TD9 count top, price trading below profile levels, price is trading below its previous breakout area. So that other level that I gave you seems like a very logical target for the NQ out here. Now, that is on the 30-minute time frame. Let's pull over the larger time frames and take a look at them out there. What are they suggesting here? And I don't know the answer. Now, that's the S&P 500. That's bullish right now for all 4 of its time frames. And how about the NDX 100? Same darn thing. So those of you who are short, the sphincter muscle might start to get tightened out here because you've got positive market breadth for the 60-minute, 240, the daily, and the weekly. Let's take a look at that 60-minute time frame chart out here, see what patterns are in play, especially knowing that you've got positive market breadth. Well, you've got wave number 7 that formed. That's clear. You've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top as well. Prices below profile area out there. Now, there's a new profile that has just formed, and the bottom of which is 11,620. We're right now at 11,589. So watch 11,620. If price gets back above that and holds that, remember, this is a 60-minute chart that we're looking at. We're only 13 minutes into the session out there. But if price can, again, get back above the 11,620 area, well, then you'd be ready for some type of rally up to the 11,742. But right now, you've got positive market breadth in the NQ for its 60, for its 240, for its daily, and its weekly time frame. So on the 240, again, key support being tested as we speak right now. That's the top of that profile at 11,588 out there. So that's the NQ. Let's do the same thing, if you don't mind. Let's go ahead and rip apart the ES Mini out here. We don't have any requests that I know of so far. So the ES 0323. Now, we'll have to do this when we get back from this break. We're going to hear music in our ears in about 3 or 4 seconds, but let's still use up 15 or 20 seconds of that time. When you take a look at the daily time frame for the ES Mini, you will see that bar number 8 has not completed. And today's close in the ES Mini, for this pattern to still remain in place out here, needs to close above 39.90. 39.90. If the ES closes below that level, its TD9 count for the daily time frame will vanish because it won't exist. We'll be right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kakestat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kakestat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We still got a mixed bag out there. Dow's down 290, S&P's up 19, NASDAQ 37. Russell is down a couple of points. We're taking a look at the market breadth here for the 30-minute time frame for the S&P 500. As you can see, it has that negative crossover, meaning there's more instruments trading below the bottom of a 30-minute profile than trading above. In fact, there's 272 instruments trading below profile and 41 trading above. So it's got its work cut out here. So the pressure inside the 30-minute time frame, if we go take a look at the 30-minute chart here for the ES Mini, let's pull this up. And what we can see is price right now is trading below a TD9 count bottom. That formed out here at 7:30 back on yesterday, 7:30 evening. That's last night, 7:30. So where's price headed to? Again, I've only got one line being drawn. Well, if price gets below that, its target really would become back here at about 9 o'clock in the morning from January the 13th all the way down at the 39.96 level out there. Is that what I'm saying? Well, that's what the chart is saying out here. Let's go back now and take a look at the daily time frame, kind of walk through this. So you'll see that today we do not have bar number 8 just yet. The reason is because we didn't get above yesterday's high, or the high of the pattern out here. And the day has not completed. But we will get bar number 8 as long as price inside the ES Mini closes above bar number 4. And that close was 39.90. We're at 39.89 right now. So if we closed right here, this pattern would go away. We wouldn't have a TD9 count to rely upon for a potential top that could form, in essence, between today and Friday of this week. On a 5-hour time frame, so the chart patterns look very similar to the NQ here. If you go across the top here, 5-hour, 4-hour, 2-hour, each has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signals at this stage here. Actually, the 5-hour has already confirmed that pattern, doesn't need, and so has the 4-hour, doesn't need the current bearish engulfing candle out there. And price right now may be targeting the 39.68, 39.71 level out there. Those are the bottom of the profiles for the 5-hour and the 4-hour time frame. Well, let's not take a look at the market breadth since we're discussing the S&P 500. Let's take a look at market breadth. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Sorry. That's the one we just looked at. That was the 30-minute chart. We'll actually pull over the other 4 time frames. That's the hourly, the 4-hour, daily, and the weekly out here. So as we pull those up, again, you can still see NASDAQ right now, all 4 time frames still with bullish crossover signals out here. As we move over, take a look at the S&P 500. Let's do this here. Let's open up the S&P 500 for its 60-minute time frame. And on the 60-minute chart out here, a 60-minute market breadth tool, we can see there's 230 instruments, 220 that is, trade above the top of profile, 148 below the bottom. So it still has a bullish crossover out there. And as long as this condition remains, what I mean by that is positive market breadth, for all 4 time frames, for the ES and for the NQ out there, boy, that suggests that we should see some kind of bottom and bounce. Now, what we don't have out here are any kind of patterns to suggest that. So we'd have to wait for a pattern to form. I don't see a pattern forming just yet, but we still have that positive market breadth. That doesn't mean it'll hold, but we still have that positive market breadth as we speak. So that's the ES Mini. That is the NQ out there. We do have one question that has come in. I'm going to check the email, see if that is still the case out here. Yeah, just one question. And that's from Dennis inside the Tigers. And it's Dennis in West Palm Beach, Florida. So a neighbor of mine, so to speak. And Dennis wants to take a look at Moderna. So let's pop up the charts for Moderna. We'll take a look at the 3 different time frames. Well, 4 different time frames, really. We've got the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So on a daily time frame, we take a look at Moderna. It gapped up today. Gapped up. It's going to form bar number 8 today, or should, unless the thing really sells off. And quite frankly, it should form a TD9 count top. Now, when you get to bar number 8, which is likely to do today out here, Dennis, 90% of the time we will see bar number 9 complete. Doesn't mean it has to be a higher high. And 10% of the time we'd see the bar following bar number 9 complete the pattern out there. So pretty good chance that what Moderna is about to do is form some type of short-term top between today and Friday. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, Dennis, things look pretty good here. What do we mean pretty good? Well, you had a TD9 count top, took price back to support. The center of its profile out there. You're above the top of the profile currently, which is at 188.65. You're above the green oscillator and change line. Those are both bullish conditions. In the monthly chart, you're kind of neutral right now. You had a TD9 count bottom, or did that get negated? Let's see here. Let me get my cursor. Might be easier if I do it like this. Take a quick peek. Yeah, no, so it's got a TD9 count bottom. But what price is dealing with here, Dennis, is struggling at resistance, which is that oscillator and change line. Let me see if I can add. I probably can't add any more data out here. Moderna, let's try. No, I've got all the data that I possibly could to muster out there. So back to, let's look at the 30-minute chart out here, and then we'll give you the final summation on Moderna. So on the 30-minute time frame, price gaps up. This is still bullish. There's an A to B equals CD. Well, I take that back. Let's go take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern that may be in play here. So we'll draw the A to B. Now there's multiple A to B equals CD patterns. I'm just drawing the small one in. Let's draw that from the B. Let's go now add this to the C point out here, and voila, you'll see that. So on a 30-minute basis, what Moderna has done, it has generated a sell to D point pattern. Now, what that then suggests here, Dennis, is a move back to its oscillator and change line at 197.42. So that's the 30-minute chart. The daily says expect or anticipate some kind of top to form between today and tomorrow. We still need bar number 5 to complete. That just needs a close tomorrow above the close of 188.06. So I just be patient. The weekly, no levels of support have certainly been busted out here, but I do want you to anticipate a retracement. And maybe that doesn't begin until Monday, because the TD9 count top still has to form. The bar number 9 would be on Thursday. The bar following bar number 9 would be on Friday. So Dennis, thanks so much for writing in, and I hope that helps you out. And have a wonderful Wednesday. We take a look at SR. MATV, please, your projection. So let's get MATV going here. No idea what that is. I'm going to guess it's a TV type of a stock out there. And maybe it's MasterCard TV, MATV out here. Or maybe it's not anything to do with TV. Maybe it's just Mativ Holdings out here, which trade right now at $26.34. Although that's not what shows on my screen. What's important to you, McGuppy, is that, that was from Satish. What's important to you, Satish, is that you are going to complete a TD9 count top today. What should unfold here is price should pull back and test its oscillator and change line, currently printed at 24.21. Now, if price closes above today's high, whatever today's high ends up being out here, then what that TD9 count pattern will be negated and tells you about a strong momentum move to the upside. If you take a look at the weekly chart out here, here. Very strong looking. You're above last week's high. You're above prior highs that are out here. You've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. You're above profile level. So that's suggesting higher price, but could be a pause if the daily time frame takes hold out there, which it should. Doesn't mean that it will. It just says that it should. If you look at the monthly time frame chart out here, Satish, you got that nice TD9 count bottom out there. Price is back inside its profile, so I'd consider right now price just to be consolidating with inside that profile range of 2030 to 2881. Lastly, let's just look at that 30-minute chart, see what MATV is doing for us out here, see if it's generating any kind of a topping signal or just simply what it's doing. And if we expand this out, that'll help us out. So clearly there's A to B equals CD patterns all over the place here. So you do have a confirmed sell the D point pattern. Price may be pulling back to its most recent swing low on a 30-minute chart. That would take you down to about 25.91 to 26.10. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. So an MATV, you should complete a TD9 count top today for the daily time frame. But the weekly and monthly look pretty good. Take care.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Chart. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So let's go to our next question. I believe it's the only question that I've got in the queue right now. So if you're inside the Tiger's Den and you'd like me to look at something, please go ahead and post that. And of course, you can always still send me an email. Send that to Steve at TFNN.com. And in that subject heading, please put radio show questions. So we're taking a look at XBI out here. This is the S&P Trust for the Biotech ETF. This is for, who requested that? Who did request that? McGuppy. And so he uses the 200-day moving average. I'm assuming that's a simple moving average, but it's one of the 200-day moving averages out there. So he says it crossed above that last week. That's what he used. He's owned quite a few shares. few small cap biotechs. Okay, so just looking to see what the index or the ETF is doing out here. So if we use my tools, what I see is wave number 7 that formed about 3 or 4 days ago. That was on January the 13th. That was confirmed the very next session. That was on Monday out here, or Tuesday, yesterday. So yesterday confirmed a 7th wave move. So that's a topping pattern that's out here. Right now today, and you had a bear sash candle. So I'm sure there's an A to B equals CD pattern, the upside out there. So we've got a topping signal or pattern out here. What we don't have is a close below support. We have a test of support, the top of the daily profile, 86.50, old resistance, now proven to be new support out there. If price can close below that, which it should, price should get back and test that green oscillator and change line. Now, what you'll be looking for here, McGuffey, for the ETF, is you'll be looking for price to test and reject that green oscillator and change line. If you get that, that would be a bullish signal out there. If you don't and price closes below that, well, then you're inside the daily profile levels. So being inside the daily profile levels, if you see a close below 86.50, it could be signaling a move to 81.81. Do we have that signal yet? No, we do not. Right now, we have a topping signal. We'll call this topping signal overall neutral for the daily time frame because price is trading above key levels of resistance. That's the top of the daily profile and that green oscillator and change line. Hope that makes sense. The weekly time frame chart, TD9 count top, takes price back to its oscillator and change line, close below it for one session and back above it the rest. So that's key level of support. Price is above resistance. That's at 86.41. That was tested, looks like earlier today. Maybe it was it was yesterday when that was tested out there. That's old resistance. That looks like may become support out there. So the weekly chart looks pretty good for XBI. The monthly chart is the fly in the financial ointment. And what Stevie means by that is that price has not been above a green oscillator and change line basically since April of 2021. April of 2021. We are in January of 2023. So we can see that that line has been tested this month. Month is not over. But it's held in a red oscillator and change line. That's a bearish condition. That tells you for the monthly time frame, the longer term time frame, there is a monthly price oscillator below a falling price oscillator below zero. Now, what that might just signal is move back to 79.01, maybe even 67.52, but that's your real line of demarcation. So what you're really looking for here, McGuffey, is for that level to get cleared. Not just the 200 period moving average, whichever one you use, simple or exponential, but a close above 87.64 would go a long way to suggesting at least a move to 101.98 and perhaps even the 141.50 level. But we'll leave that for a different time. Overall, let's just take a quick peek here at the 30-minute chart before we finish this up here. And on a 30-minute basis, what do we have? Not much, at least no pattern that I can see here to suggest that we pay attention, so we won't pay attention to it. So overall, XBI looks pretty good. It does have a wave 7 top. Signal right now is neutral because price is trading above resistance levels, but a close below 86.50 would suggest expect at least a retracement back towards the 85.06 area out there. So I hope that helps you out, McGuffey. Thanks so much for the question out there, and would love some more. I don't see anything else inside the queue out here. Oh, I take that back. We've got a caller. Let's go to Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Very good. Thanks so much for asking. Now, were you impacted? You must be impacted somewhat by all the rain that was out there on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty crazy. There was like some huge waves apparently along the coast, and we had, I don't know, so many days in a row. Like we didn't see the sun probably, almost 2 weeks straight of rain, and which we needed. It just was a lot to. We'd have to go back.
I was going to say we have to go back to the weather. We'd have to go back to the weather and see if maybe it formed a TD9 count top out there, so that it was over.
Yeah, we're getting a little break here, which is welcome. But I mean, the rain was great. We needed it badly, but I know it did impact even some of my neighbors. I saw them with their, some pumps in their crawl space, and there's definitely some flooding and. Trees falling, just the whole deal when you have that much rain. So.
Well, glad to know that you're doing well out there. And you want to take a look at 3D Systems, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had a lot of different stocks, honestly, that I was doing a fair amount of shopping after Christmas just because there was, to me, a lot of stock that had pulled back. Even though the market had pulled back a fair amount, there was a lot of different stocks that had pulled back, even, all the way back to, the March 2020 lows. And so I put a shopping list together, and I bought a fair amount of different stocks at the end of the year. And this happened to be one of them. I'm in at about 7.5. And I have options. Some I did options, some I actually bought the shares. This particular one I have options on. They're $8 calls that are out to mid-year. So I've got some time. I just want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, look, the daily chart, you're loving today's price action, at least at this stage of the game. And the reason is because you've completed a TD9 count topping pattern in the daily time frame yesterday. And that says that any close above 951, and we're at 960 right now, negates that pattern and says you have a strong momentum move to the upside. Now, it may just be targeting the swing point back here from December 1st or the swing point from November 16th, which is all the way up into the $11-ish area. And that, quite frankly, is supported by the weekly charts out here. So the weekly chart forms a beautiful Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. It does with a hammer candle the week ended December 30th, right in line with your Christmas shopping. It also generates a three-river morning star the very following week. So that was 2 weeks ago on the week that ended January 6th. You're trading above last week's high. Those are bullish conditions. You're trading above profile levels. So this suggests, the weekly chart suggests, wants to get back into that swing point, which it's already trading into, which was from November 18th. Now, that swing had 8.8 million shares. So far for the 2 days that we've traded, you're at about 1.9. So you're going to have to do some math out there. But look, even if you close inside a swing point with lighter volume, and I don't know whether it will be lighter or not if we fully extrapolate this, but a close above 944 could easily suggest that you're going to run up to that swing point high. The monthly time frame chart, I don't really have anything here to help us out, Brent. Nothing. Yeah, it's below profile level. So it's just the monthly, the larger term time frame for triple D out here. That is a problem, but that could be resolved because the daily and weekly look so strong. On a 30-minute time frame chart, Brent, clearly there's a number of different A to B equals CD patterns out here, and prices below its oscillator and change line right now, which is at 965. So 3D systems may be pulling back, and that pullback could take us all the way down to 910, 914, or 921. Now, if it does continue to pull back, there's a possibility that the TD9 count does not get negated on the daily time frame. So that level, again, really, I'd say the most important level to watch today, at least for clues as to what its intent is going to be that 951 level, the top or the high from yesterday. Hey, Brent, I hear the music. I know we're going to go to a breakout here. You're welcome to hang on if you've got some other questions. If not,
I'll stay on.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. So we'll be back with Brent in Martinez, California in just a few, folks.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 350, S&P's off 33, NASDAQ 95. The interesting thing about the S&P and the NASDAQ is they still have that positive market breadth for their 60-minute, 4-hour daily and weekly time frames. We're on the line with Brent in Martinez, California. We're taking a look at 3D Systems out here, ticker symbol DDD. Brent, what additional information, at least on this stock, can I provide for you?
I think you covered it well, Steve. I recognize that it's going to be some work on the longer term to see some of those charts be more positive. I'm taking it day at a time, and I expect there's plenty of work to be done. But so far, I'm happy with the way it's done.
Yeah, it looks really good. The if it can, even if it pulls back, it looks like the pullback should be okay and set up another pattern to the upside. Maybe it's an A to B equals CD pattern. That's if it does close below that TD9 count top from yesterday. If not, looks like it wants to continue higher. On the weekly chart out here, the actual target right now, because there's no resistance out in front, is all the way up at $15.38. So that's the TD9 count breakdown level that we got from that. So nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, nice V-shaped on the daily time frame. So everything with 3D Systems looks really good out there. Is there anything else that I can look at for you?
I think that's it, Steve. You just have yourself a great day and enjoy the rest of your week.
All right. Are you still being patient with natural gas?
I am. I got in it. It's funny, there was a day, I think might have been a week ago today, the last Wednesday.
Yes.
And it went down, and it had a reversal, from being lower to going higher. So I bought in that day.
Yes.
The next day, it did this opposite where it was up higher and reversed lower. And once it started doing that, I sold out with just a slight gain, and I figured I'm just going to sit back. And I wasn't that comfortable with what it had done that day, so I'm still watching it and waiting.
Yeah. We've got to be patient out here. And it's trading below the bottom of its profile out there, which is down at $3.40. Right now we're at $3.17. So, yeah, we've got to be patient out here. Well, Brent, thanks so much for holding. Always good to hear from you. And have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll look forward to our next conversation.
I appreciate it very much, Steve. I do recall I did the same thing when it was at the top, and just had to – it took a couple attempts to get it right, so you just have to be patient. I do think there's a trade there. It's just a matter of, the timing of it. And what I'm trying to do, I have to be really catch it, pretty much the best I can, because I'm trying to do the leveraged one. And so if you don't get that just right, it can be pretty hazardous territory.
So if you're still what I'm going to do here for you, because natural gas, I've been watching it myself out here, and so I don't know that you're watching us on Tiger TV, but if you go back and watch the archive right at about the 11:45 time frame, I'm showing the natural gas chart right now, the annual seasonal cycle over 32 years, and over a 32-year time frame, the bottom typically comes in towards the end of February. So we may have a bit of time to wait here. We should expect some type of rally or bounce maybe towards the end of January 23rd, specifically up to about maybe for about a week rally, and then a further move lower. So at least that's the seasonal pattern that is in place out here. So what natural gas is doing isn't too far off from what it normally historically has done over a 32-year period. So I thought that would be helpful to you as well.
No, that's great. I appreciate that, Steve. That's very helpful. Now, I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I do think there's a trade there. It's just the timing of it is going to be pretty critical for me. So thank you so much. Just have yourself a great day.
Thanks, Brett. Take care. Let's go to our next question coming in from Aaron, who wants to just take a look at Tesla. He's interested where profile levels are at, oscillator and change line. So on a daily time frame, 110.61 is the oscillator and change line. But prices above profile, the daily profile, 124.48. You're in bar number 7 today. Looks like Tesla wants to continue to head higher, at least on a daily time frame. Price remains above resistance. You've got a nice buy the D point pattern on the weekly time frame that was formed with a hammer candle. Price should go target the oscillator and change line. That's currently at about the 142 level out here. On a monthly time frame, no bottoming pattern out here, so it's going to be the daily and the weekly that would drive decisions. For a 30-minute time frame, Aaron, if we take a look at what's going on from an intraday perspective, we'll see a TD9 count top. So you had that nice gap to the upside this morning. Most people would have said, hey, this is killer. But if we were looking at the 30-minute time frame charts, remember, for individual stocks, we like to look at 30, 65, 130 and 195 as our intraday time periods. Yeah, you'll see me pull up a stock chart and we'll see 10-minute and 15-minute. That's only to get the real quick play-by-play there. The reason we use those time frames is because they divide into a full day's trading of 390 minutes. So we like each candle to be able to have the same volume. So we're measuring candle to candle, apples to apples, not apples to pears out here. So you get TD9 count. So we use those time frames. So TD9 count, that obviously took hold and has brought price back to its breakout level at 129.28. So Aaron, if price closes below 129.28, it held as we came into 11:30. We're trading slightly below that right now. If you do get 2 consecutive closes below 129.28, that's going to suggest that price may move back to 120.07. That's the next breakout level on a 30-minute time frame. But overall, Tesla looks pretty good. You got those nice bottom patterns out there, and you still are above profile or resistance on the daily time frame. But watch that 124.48 area. That's the top of the weekly profile, and that's a key area that you would like to see held. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for the request, Aaron, and we'll look forward to your next request. Dan, inside our Tiger's Den, known as the ABCD guy, he wants to take a look at AQMS. AQMS is the ticker symbol. AQMS is... I don't know, AQMS, and mostly I don't know because I have fat fingers when it comes to typing. That is Aqua Metals. Aqua, one of my favorite colors out there, and Aqua is trading at $1.50. So as we look at this, look for some kind of signal. It's up by 8.7%. That's 12 pennies. So, percent and pennies can be a little different. What we can see out here, Dan, is look strong. When I say look strong, price above the top of its daily profile, price above its green oscillator and change line. Yeah, it has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, but that just simply requires a bearish reversal candle in order to confirm the top. Until then, price wants to move higher. If we look at the, whoops, what the heck happened there? If we look at the weekly time frame chart, you've got a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. That formed out here the week of December 23rd. So that was your Santa Claus gift out here. Now price above the profile levels. I don't see any kind of a signal. Maybe there's an A to B equals CD to the upside. If we take a look at where that could take us to, we'll just simply draw in the A to B point. Now we'll move that to the C point. So there's your A to B, your C to D out here. Let's get this. Try to. There we go. And so that says you want to get up, or wants to get up to at least 176. Now, when it passed the B point, did it have volume? Well, the volume on the B point on a weekly basis for AQMS was 4.9 million shares. Last week it crossed with 4.0 million shares. So you don't have a volume confirmation on that A to B equals CD pattern. Doesn't matter. Still looks like it wants to move higher. We take a look at the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, and on the monthly time frame, price is running into resistance. So this may be, Dan, where your issues are at, or the stock's issues are at. So what we can see here is we can see a profile. That profile is 154 is the bottom, and the top is 227. Well, price is trying to get back inside that profile. So it's testing that 150 area. Again, the bottom of that profile, 154. You'd love to see it close above 154. If you do that, that's going to get you to 167. You'd really like to see it close above 167, Dan. But right now, the resistance level appears to just simply be the bottom of that monthly profile. Otherwise, everything looks hunky-dory when we take a look at Aqua Metals, AQMS. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we got the Dow is off 351. That's 1%. 0.8 for the other indices, meaning the S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell. That's 33.95 and 15 points, respectively. Gold's up 50 cents, so it's flat. Silver's down 20 cents out there. Light sweet crude is up $1.22, and 30-year Treasury is up 1 point and 19 ticks out here. We'll take a look at the charts here for the NQ, just to sort of close out the show. I don't have any questions in the queue. Nothing inside the Tiger's Den. Nothing that I've got by email. So let's go back to those NQ charts out here. NQ kind of leading the charts, has been leading the charts to a certain extent for the last few days up to the upside. As we take a look at the intraday charts, the only intraday chart with a signal, potential signal out here, says that you could see at least a very short-term bottom or bottom with in the next 6 minutes out here. Well, really, I'd have to say 12:10, because we're just in bar number 9 right now. That's going to complete in 4.5 minutes out there. But bar number 8 was low. Maybe it's really actually bar number 10, bar number 9 that's the low. Doesn't matter out there. But you do need to wait until 12:10, at least on a 10-minute basis here, for the NQ. And now that could just take us up to the oscillator and change line, currently printed 11.598. 15-minute, no signal. 30-minute, no signal. 60-minute, no signal. And the 120, the 240, and the 5-hour chart. Now, the 5-hour chart's actually trading below profile or testing the bottom of its profile. But don't forget, that candle does not complete till 2 p.m. That low is at 11.546 out here. We're taking a look at the 120-minute chart. When we spoke this morning earlier about it, we said that counter trend rallies should find support at the center of that profile. Now, this chart here is going to complete in about 4 minutes' time. So watch to see if price is able to hold that 11.539. We're at 11.530 right now. So that's all that I've got for you today here, folks. If we do take a look at the current market breadth, let's finish off taking a look at that. Current market breadth for the NQ. This is where Stevie is scratching his head. Oh, the S&P just switched to bearish for the intraday time periods, but not the NQ. Not the NQ. Folks, something to think about. Pay attention to the NQ. With this bullish market breadth, there should be some kind of bottom signal out there. The only one that I see right now is on the 10-minute time frame. Folks, take care. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow on Terrific Thursday. Be safe out there.